What's up, brother? We're out here doing some bass fishing today. We did not catch any shiners yesterday, but welcome to another Fish Head live stream. We're coming out here anyways without live shiners for bait. One thing that's awesome is I did finally get my chatterbait from Off the Hook for the one bait fish catch challenge. The one bait challenge that's coming up here. Today's not going to be the video that I'm submitting for this, but I need to practice because I never use chatterbaits. I never think to use chatterbaits around here, but I'm going to throw one today and see what happens. I got a trailer for it, little paddle tail on the chatterbait, and we're just going to throw it along the weed lines out in the deep holes, see what happens out here. This is Carr Lake in North Florida, and we are the only boat out here today, guys, which is pretty awesome. I love being the only boat out. Let's go. I'm just going to put my trailer on here, and then it's time. Don't forget to hit that like button. I thought about how terrible it would be if I lost this bait before I get to make the video. So I put it on a bait caster with 30-pound braid. Hopefully I can keep it until next week when we're going to go do some serious bass fishing at another lake. And I'll be using the one bait the entire time. Can only use the one bait. Dylan is also with us on the back side of the boat over here, and he is throwing one of Stuart's custom bass flies. So we got a couple totally different baits going here.
What's this color called again? Fire tiger? Dead? Dead?
What?
What's the color called again?
That one's more of just like a solid green with some orange on it. And it looks like Dylan has snagged the bottom with it. Just gonna slip this paddle tail up over like so. Hey Loma, appreciate you joining us. I got my one bait from Off the Hook's one bait challenge, and I'm gonna practice with it today. Since we didn't catch any shiners yesterday, we're gonna try something totally different. I have actually never seriously fished a chatterbait. I actually watched a couple videos earlier today. Hey Dad, appreciate you coming in. How to fish chatterbaits. And apparently you're not a real bass fisherman if you don't fish chatterbaits. So we're out here trying it, but it should be interesting. I got a good idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, and this lake looks pretty amazing. There's nice weed lines all the way around for us to fish. So it should be a semi-productive day, I hope. But let's get to it.
I need the sun to come out more so I can see the where weeds are. Oh no.
Feels like a heavy bait. My first opinion of it. But I can feel it like vibrating when I give it a little tug. And I know that's the little metal lip on it chattering against the jig head. It looks really cool in the water. I'm looking at it right now. My polarized glasses are giving me like 5 or 6 feet of visibility. And it looks like it's swimming around nice. That chattering thing on the front is moving. So I don't see any reason why we won't catch any fish on this thing.
I see a reason.
What?
You can't see any fish.
We'll find some. I love being the only boat out on the lake, but also for like almost a year, this lake was so low that the boat ramp was out of the water and no boats were coming in here. There was like kayakers and stuff out here, but no boats. So I feel like for like a year, this lake hasn't been fished as hard as it usually would, which means maybe a little less pressure on the fish. Hopefully they had time to relax and get big. And we can get one. Steven's in the house. Appreciate you joining us.
Tell me when Stuart comes in.
Yeah, we got to tell Stuart that Dylan's using one of his flies.
No, I need to ask him how to fish this fly, because I don't exactly know how.
Dylan wants to ask him his opinion on how to fish that fly. I've got a little 1/8 ounce head weight, like a worm hook weight, above the fly so that it goes down in the water a little bit and also can be casted with a, I guess that's like a medium light setup he's using there. It's the new reel, and I don't know if you guys remember last week when I casted off that top half of the rod out there in the bay. I got a new rod for the reel. So Dylan's using that reel with the new rod. And it's a one-piece rod. So the top half can't be casted off. Got one on? Dylan's either got one on or he caught a big chunk of weeds. Big chunk of weeds. Weed fish. Weed fish. All right, I'm going to spin us around and get us heading back over the way we were initially starting to go, and then the wind just spun us around. We want to go that way. I'm going to try to stay within casting distance of the weed line.
I don't think this lure is good for this lake.
I think it'll work, buddy. Just got to give it a chance. If you just joined us, it's the chatterbait that we're going to be using for the one bait challenge video coming up here soon. Not the official video for that today, but I figured I would practice since this is not a lure that we ever use here. I'm finding that it not being weedless is catching a lot of the hydrilla and stuff, but as long as I can keep my retrieve kind of fast and variable, I should be able to keep it clear enough to be able to catch fish. If I don't catch anything here shortly, I'm going to change the trailer. This is sort of a big trailer for this bait. But we'll see what happens first. You guys all know I love some topwater frog fishing, but I actually took the frog off of this setup to use the chatterbait, so I don't have a frog rigged up at the moment. If times get desperate, we can always switch over to a frog. It is not very deep, Loma. Probably 5 or 6 feet. And the weeds come up to like a foot from the surface. But they're like clumpy. So you've got clear areas that are 5 and 6 feet deep with clumps of stuff scattered around. Oh, I think I just had a hit. Felt like it. This is not a fish. Weed fish.
It is a fish.
So that's the bad thing about fishing weedless baits in this kind of water. We're definitely going to be catching some weeds, but we can work around that. And the bait Dylan's using, the fly, the bass streamer fly that Stuart tied, is not that heavy. So he is not catching weeds on every cast. Here it is. He just brought it in. It's got some nice blue, green, silver, little orange head, and then there's that 1/8 ounce or 1/16 ounce head weight on the top of it. Come on, big bass. We caught one small bass yesterday while we were trying to get shiners. And one small bass a week before that when we were trying to catch shiners and carp. The fishing's been a bit slow, but also that's just the little lake that's in our neighborhood. We never catch big bass in that lake. So one little one each time isn't too bad. There is a nice deep hole, like straight in front of us that I know about. It's about maybe a 10-foot hole, and there's not as much weeds in there. Small water in the house. Appreciate you joining us. Wow, we got 15 awesome people in here already. That's awesome, guys. Appreciate you all joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's spread this around the YouTube universe and catch some bass. I'm practicing with the chatterbait because I never use chatterbaits here. I'm kind of working on a couple different retrieves.
You never use chatterbait, period.
Yeah, period. I never use chatterbaits. So this challenge that we have where we can only use one bait to make a video is not in my favor because I'm using a bait that I've never tried before. I think I've had one tied on maybe like once before.
But you didn't use it.
That's all right. That's what makes it a fun challenge. This is not the video for that. This is just me practicing a little bit so that when I do make that video, I feel like I know kind of what I'm doing. It does cast real nice. And as long as I keep it off the bottom, it doesn't catch weeds every time. So far, so good. We just got started, so I'm not surprised we haven't caught a fish yet. Also, it is like middle of the daytime, super hot, super sunny. Not the ideal time for fishing but we got to work with what we got to work with. You know what I mean? I like the way that streamer's looking in the water. Angling Aquatics in the house. I'm just practicing with this bait. I've actually got a Carolina rigged on another rod. I got a little jerk bait rod, and I got a swim bait rod. If we don't catch anything on this, I'll switch it up a little bit, but for right now, I'm just trying to see what I can do with this. Caught him in the lilies all week. You know I want to throw a topwater frog in there so bad right now, but I'm trying to stay disciplined and use this bait for right now, just to practice. But wish me luck, guys, because I need it. Hit that like button. Do it. Do it. Oh, I caught the one lily pad. I kind of don't want to muscle it too hard and risk losing the bait. All right, we got it.
Dad, look at my bait.
A
I got an extra fly.
dragonfly landed on Dylan's bait.
I have an extra fly on it. Oh, he went away. I lost my fly. Dad, I lost my fly. Oh, I'm getting another fly. Right on my line. I need a fly. Oh.
I've also got a creature bait with like an ounce and a half weight on it, pegged weight. I could try to punch the pads if I get so inclined.
I got another fly.
But yeah, guys, gorgeous day out. We got just enough of a breeze to keep it cool enough to be bearable. I think it's only like 96 degrees today. We've been fishing in 100-degree temperatures the last couple weeks. Today feels just a tiny bit cooler. Bearable means you're just not suffocating in the heat, hating it.
So where's the hole? Where's the deep hole?
The deep hole is over there.
Okay, good.
I want to fish this weed line. I feel like we got a good chance along this weed line right here. Hey Cindy, appreciate all you guys for coming in. I saw a couple of the coach videos, those were awesome. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. The sunglasses make it really hard for me to read the chat too. I'll try to keep up with it. Looks like someone came to the dock by the boat ramp and they're fishing over there. 96 it is. I'm getting pretty good at gauging the temperature by how it feels.
I'd say 97. Quite hot.
Oh man, I would take cloudy and 86 for sure. That would be really nice. It's sunny and 96 here. But we do have just a bit of a breeze. So the breeze keeps it bearable. And we haven't fished in this lake. I don't know, Dylan, what's it been, like a year since we've been out here? It's the first time at this lake in like a year. Because we just couldn't get the boat in here for so long when the water was low. A gator. But with the recent rains and floods and everything, we can finally put it back in the water now. Yeah. Gator just spooked off the bottom there. Yes, the breeze is a must. 108. Whoo! That's brutal. Yeah.
Ooh, cool. It's shallow here.
We don't want to get too shallow, buddy.
It's like a sandbar.
Stuart in the house. Stuart, Dylan wants to ask you about this fly that he's using. He's using one of your bass streamer flies. And he wants you to tell him exactly how to fish it. I rigged it up like we said with the little light head weight on it. He'll show you which one he's using, and then you give your recommendation. Here it is. It's that one. The green, blue, silver flash with the orange head. Almost like a fire tiger, but it's got some silver and blue in it too. Looks like a great fly. It's swimming awesome. But yeah, Dylan, come over here so he can tell you.
How do I use it?
See what he says.
You gotta
Little short jerks. Should he just reel it fast? Should he let it sink to the bottom? Definitely a bunch of different ways you could fish it. Could do like fish it like a soft plastic where you're real slow along the bottom.
But it's not weedless. I need a weedless.
Yeah, it is not weedless, so it might not be the best. Oh, have fun washing the boat. This one's due for a wash too. We never take it in salt water, so sometimes I go like 3-4 trips between washes. I'm like, we were just in fresh water anyway. Yep, have fun with it. Stuart says, just try a bunch of different retrieves.
Well, earlier I was just popping it, so I guess I'll just reel it now.
Yeah, he's been popping it and reeling it steady. Just keep trying little variable stuff, dude.
I'm just gonna reel it. Reel. Kind of slowly reel it.
Hey, pre-retirement. Go mental with it. Appreciate you coming in. Don't forget to hit that like button. Spread this around the YouTube universe.
It's really shallow here.
Dylan wants 20 likes, guys.
Why me? Stop blaming your bags on you. And start blaming them on you. You're the one that's begging for them. Don't make it sound like I'm begging for them.
A little too shallow over here for this bait, I think. I'm going to take us out a little bit towards the deeper hole. Heck yeah, 9 likes already. We're on a roll, guys.
I think we have like 13 people in here though.
I think last year, this deep area where we're going to now was like maybe 10 feet deep, 10, 11 feet, something like that. But I'm thinking now, because the lake's a little bit higher, it might actually be like 12, 13 feet deep. We're getting towards the edge of the deep area now. We've caught quite a few bass, pickerel, bluegill and stuff in this lake, but we just haven't been able to come out anytime recently. It's been a while. We're at Carr Lake right now in North Florida, kind of like north central Florida.
This is the deep spot right here.
Hey, we got a new sub too. Heck yeah, appreciate that. Angling and Aquatics, our newest sub. We celebrate all of our subscribers. We are very, very close to our watch hour requirement. And as soon as we get there and monetize our channel, we're going to be having a really fun giveaway. I've been working on some stuff now for a couple months with like logos and shirts and hats and stuff. And I still have to talk to Loma about one thing.
You have to sign.
But we're going to have a bunch of stuff to give away. We'll also do some fishing equipment. I do pour and make my own soft plastic creature baits. So I'll make a bunch of those for the giveaways. We'll have a bunch of cool stuff. I'll do like packs, like prize packs, like a shirt, a hat, some lures. Maybe do some terminal tackle, rigs, stuff like that. Just make it fun so all the subs can come in and just have a great time. And I'll also set the chat to only subscribers can chat. So if people want to come in just to win something, they've got to subscribe first. But I know all you guys that are with us right now, most of you have been with us for a while. So soon we're going to be able to do something to show our appreciation for everyone being subscribed. What would be awesome right now for that is to catch a bass. But I'm using a lure that I have no confidence in yet. Hopefully I'll figure this thing out. I might be retrieving it just a tiny bit fast. Maybe if I slow it up just a bit. The water is deeper here. Dylan's keeping cool by putting his hat in the lake and then putting it over his head. Not super deep here. Say we're probably in like 6 feet of water.
Nope. 2 feet.
Well, 2 feet to the top of the
I
weeds.
can literally see the bottom right now without my glasses.
We got plenty of lake to work with, and we're the only boat out here. So we should be in good shape. Just went over a shallow spot with a big chunk of weeds. But now I think we're back into the deep water again.
Nope.
Getting there.
1 foot.
No, I can see to the bottom.
1 foot till the weeds.
All right, now I can't see the bottom anymore. We're entering into the deep zone. Dylan's using the rod the new rod that I bought for the reel that I only got to try one time until the top of the rod flew off into the bay. So he's trying that rod for the first time. I haven't tried it yet, other than with the last two-piece rod that no longer exists. I did keep the butt end of that rod since I lost the top half of it. I kept the bottom part to use as like a flagpole or something. Come on, bass. Disney, what's up? Disney Dreamer 9 in the house. Oh, there's Nightbot again. Let's send Nightbot into the timeout area. I keep forgetting to take Nightbot off, guys. Oh, I can't do anything right now about it. But if you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
Dad, did you know black dragonflies were a thing?
Yeah.
Look, I can put my rod.
Another dragonfly?
A black one.
Dragonflies are loving Dylan today.
Look at my rod. It's a black.
Yeah, appreciate you joining us.
A black dragonfly, Dad. Look at it.
We live like 3.5 hours away from Disney.
Wait, Dad, don't move.
I see it.
I'm gonna show the camera.
You're not even close. Dylan's gonna show you guys this dragonfly that's on the tip of his rod. Almost there, almost there. There you go. There it is, guys. It landed on his rod and it's hanging out with him.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he left.
He'll come back later.
Right now I'm using a chatterbait, which is not one of my go-to baits. I'm practicing for a one bait challenge that we've entered into, and I can only use this bait to make a video. Not a bait I ever use, so I'm just kind of practicing today to get the feel for it.
He was just back there.
Spinners are great. Frogs are great. I love bass fishing with everything. This is just not a bait that I normally use. So the challenge is on, and I'm gonna accept my challenge. And Dylan's using a streamer fly. I got the Shimano Celis rod with the old Black Max Abu Garcia. Cheap but good reel. And this rod's really nice and sensitive. I love this rod. Many fish have been caught on this rod. I feel like I have to be real careful not to get snagged, but also careful not to reel too fast. Whoa, got snagged, but it popped off. Ooh, he had something chasing him. Oh yeah. Blue is one of my favorite colors. All right, we're drifting back into the shallows, so I got to move us back out this way a little bit. thinking with as hot as the water is, the fish are going to want to be under the weeds or out in the deeper water.
The water's not hot.
The water is 92 degrees. That's pretty hot.
Well, when I get my hat in, it wasn't that hot.
At least it says 92 degrees on the Humminbird. I think what I'll do this time is just go all the way across. Since the wind's blowing towards us here, I'll just go all the way across and let ourselves drift all the way back over here. Nice. I generally don't really care about the color of the rods too much, but if I did have a choice, I would say blue and white are my two favorite bait casting rods. The surf rods and catfish rods we use are all yellow and white. Only because I painted them yellow. They were black before, but now they're bright yellow. We did not bring a cooler. What?
When we're done drifting from over there,
No, dude, we gotta. Oh, look, something big just came up right there.
where?
I'm about to swim right past it. Come on, hit me. Hit me. Big old boil in the water. Didn't catch him though. That's it right there. Chartreuse and white. And then I got a little green with purple flake paddle tail on there as a trailer. It looks good. Looks like it would catch fish. What we could really use is a couple clouds to come over. Give us just a bit of shade, maybe wake the fish up a little bit. There's like a 50% chance of rain in about 3 hours. So it might get a little bit more overcast here shortly, which I'll happily take.
Until it rains?
Like 3 hours. We won't be fishing when it starts raining. Alright, I think we got out of the deep spot. My bait's hitting weeds again.
I want to be in the center spot though. Watch out for my line.
Yes, hit that thumbs up.
Dad, watch out for my
We got
line.
Mark in the house. Appreciate him coming in. Appreciate you.
Dad?
Probably not right now. I'm not using a surface lure though. This lure dives pretty deep.
Dad?
What?
Watch out for my line when you're moving.
Where's your line?
Right here. You got like 1 inch away from my last time.
Yeah, I'm fishing about 6 to 10 feet deep right now. Trying to keep it like just above the tops of the weeds. And we're in a kind of the deep hole of this lake right now. having to reel it quite a bit faster a few minutes ago when we were in the shallower water, or else I was just snagging up every time. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, he came off. Oh, that was definitely a fish, guys. Yeah, it felt pretty solid. Alright, let's try to hit that same spot. Come on, hit it again. I don't know with chatterbaits if I want to kind of let them eat it for a second before I start setting the hook, or do I want to just go swinging away right when I feel it. That's the kind of stuff I got to kind of get a feel for with the new bait. Come on, bass, come back. Don't leave me hanging like that. Alright guys, this bass is ghosting me. We were so close and now you won't even come back. Oh, Dylan caught some weeds. I thought he was on. Looked like he was on.
My rod and my line would be moving.
I know basically the one thing you don't do with the chatterbait is just a steady, slow retrieve. Because the bass want it to have a little bit of action on it. So I'm trying like intermittent speeds. I'm trying with little pops. Just trying a few different things here until I get the feel for it. I kind of like the way it feels. I like the bumping feeling of the lip on the front of it. Almost feels like you're fishing a crankbait. Captain Clark in the house. Appreciate all you guys for coming in. Trying to catch some bass today. We tried yesterday, if you saw us, to catch shiners to bring out, and we had zero luck getting any shiners yesterday. So today we're trying something else because this morning when I checked the mail, the chatterbait was here from Off the Hook. So I figured I would just change the plans a little bit and try out this chatterbait because I have to make a video using only this bait like in the next couple weeks and then submit it. Hopefully that ends up being an epic bass video. We're gonna go to a different lake to make that video. One where I know there's actually lots more bass. Here there's good bass, you just got to find them. That lake kind of has them almost all over. As long as you're in the bassy areas, you're going to catch something. Wonder if I should change my trailer here. Maybe a creature bait instead of a paddle tail.
Look, a bunch of bait fish. A school of them right here.
School of bait fish?
See them?
All right, sweet. Throw that thing in there.
No, it's right on the surface, Dad. See them? They're really tiny. Right there.
Oh, tiny little minnows.
No, it wasn't minnows. Minnows don't travel in schools. Minnows just swim.
I'm also debating on trying to use the footage of fishing yesterday, since we didn't catch any of the shiners, for the bass and shiner video. I'm not sure yet, guys. We definitely need a video for next week. Might be able to get out one day this week too. Like if I can get off work early one day, get out to the lake, maybe catch some bass or something. You on?
No,
Oh, weeds.
never.
I'm on weeds. Lots of weeds.
Oh, there's some more bait fish. Those are big. Those are big bait fish.
Nice.
This
Cat.
big.
Whenever you see the bait fish, cast your lure near it, because the bass will be watching those bait fish.
But my leg is coming the wrong way.
It's okay. If you swim anywhere near it, the bass can come over and grab your lure.
Do they go for the weekend one or for the shiny one?
I think they go for any one they can get.
If I was a bass, I would go for the weak ones because they can't get away.
We did put good sunblock coverage on, if Mama Fishhead's watching. Dylan, the back of Dylan's neck peeled because he got burned like 2 weeks ago, and his neck peeled and now it's all white again, so we coated it real good with sunblock. Come on, bass, where you at? The first live stream we ever did on our channel was at this lake. It's been a while. Stay above that weed. I can feel it like sort of catching the tops of the weeds a little bit, but I want it to be as deep as I can get it. If I can get it like right under the edge of the lily pads too, might catch the ones that are hanging out in the shade. I think those people that I thought were gonna fish on the pier just laid down some towels and they're like sunbathing out there. So we're still the only ones fishing today at this lake. One time I was gonna go to Lake Miccosukee with Becca, Mama Fishhead, and we got over there and there was a bass tournament that had just started, and the trucks and trailers were like lined like a half a mile down the road from the boat ramp, and I was like, oh, we can't fish here. There's not even a place to put in or park. So we ended up driving all the way back across. That's like 20 minutes east of where we live, and this is like 20 minutes west of where we live. So we drove there and then all the way back over here and we fished. And I think that's the time we went live for the first time. I was just trying out the live stream to see how it worked. We like going live now. Do it pretty regularly. I'd say at least once a week we're live. Try to go twice a week, but full-time job, school, everything else, kind of tough to do a lot of video stuff, at least right now. And Dylan just started football camp too, so he's gonna have a little bit less time this summer than he had last summer. He's working out now, guys. We picked him up after the first day, and he was like, I didn't think they were gonna work us out that hard. How you feeling now, Dylan? You sore?
Yeah, I'm a little sore, but,
He's still sore.
it's getting better. I want to get back to the
What?
shiner. Red tail, gold body.
You see it?
Yeah, there's a red tail and a gold body.
Oh man, too bad we don't have the tiny rod and the bread bowls.
I
Dylan just saw one of those shiners swimming by.
didn't know there were shiners in this lake. Did you?
That means the bait that I'm using should be pretty good, color and action wise.
You are the only one that's gotten a fish. Technically. You're the only
I want to make an epic video to submit for the one bait challenge.
Oh, a school of bass right here.
Bass?
Oh no, it's shiners.
Shiners?
Wait, where are you?
How big are they?
They're like this big.
Oh.
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Oh man, there's a whole school of shiners.
Dad, look back there. They got red tails.
Let me look.
They're right here. They're right here. See them? See them? Look at all those shiners. See them? They got the red tails. Sometimes they'll shine. See them?
Yeah.
The red tails, gold body. It's crazy. They're just following our boat there. We have like a net or something, a cast net. Put the cast net right on top of them. Shiner bait. Crazy. Should have been coming here for shiners, Dad. Look at, they come in school here. Where'd they go? We lost the shiner.
It's a pretty good sized school of them. They look like they were about like 4 or 5 inches. Yes. Sorry if I'm having some trouble keeping up with chat. The polarized glasses make the chat really hard to read. Yes, we're in northern Florida. From the glades, like the northernmost glades, we're probably like 4 hours, 4.5 hours. We're about 10 minutes from Georgia right now. Come on, bass.
Oh, there's a few tiny shiners following my lure, Dad.
The shiners are following Dylan's fly lure.
I think it's one. They are one with the lure.
Yeah, for sure. If those things are swimming around, the bass should go after that bait. I'm gonna get us back out in a little bit deeper water here.
No. I like the shallow water.
I'm just not seeing any activity
There's a
out here.
school of 'em. See a ton of shiners back there. That's activity.
Yeah.
There's another school of them right down there.
is pretty hot.
We need to go to the shore, please.
It's going to be hotter on the shore.
No, there's shade on the shore. There's no shade out here. Please, please, I want to fish
No,
offshore.
dude, we got to fish for a while first.
Okay, just drop me off. I want to fish offshore.
No, there's no place to fish offshore here.
Yes, the dock.
There's people on the dock.
There is.
Dylan's getting short now.
It's too hot out here.
Duck under the console, buddy. We got a bimini top for this boat, which I keep meaning to put on and never get around to it. But once we finally get that on, we'll at least have a place to duck out of the sun for a minute.
I can't fit under there.
All right, we'll go out into the middle of the lake where the wind is a little bit better.
No, there's no wind out there. Hurry.
I got weeds again. See, this is the bad thing, is it catches this weed
Hurry.
right up near the surface. There's like a clump of weeds growing up near the surface. This lure just grabs it.
Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, you feel that breeze now?
No.
That's feeling nice. So much nicer when the breeze comes.
This life jacket's making it bad.
Yeah, you can.
Just gonna unbuckle it.
If I were in a tournament or something right now, I would have given up on this bait quite a while ago. But like I said, we're trying to practice with it. I want to feel like I know how to fish this thing for our big video that's coming out soon. Don't want to make a video about fishing with a chatterbait when you've never fished with a chatterbait before.
Dad, you're not going out to the middle.
Yeah, we're still working our way out.
Now we're drifting back to where we just came from.
Cruising out into the wind is cooling us off just a little bit. Pretty much going like straight into the wind right now. got a bunch of people in here. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate everybody for coming in. Now we need a fish. What is that thing?
What?
Looked like a French fry floating in the water.
Probably one of those waffle fries that we saw over there. Dad, there's no one on the dock. There's no one on the pier.
See that truck parked right in front of the dock?
Yeah, but there's no one on the pier. So I can fish there.
The pier is in super shallow water too, dude.
I don't care. This is a good lure for shallow water.
We're gonna head over to the other side here where I've fished before.
No. Please no.
There's no shade at the pier.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
You're right.
There's no shade at the pier. It's all
Under
out
the trees.
in the direct sunlight.
Under the trees, Dad. What do you mean?
While we're cruising, you could troll that fly out behind the boat.
Take me to the pier.
This is crazy, guys. Crazy that we're not getting any hits yet.
Where's all the wind at?
I got the one bite. One bite so far.
Where's the wind, Dad?
The wind is coming from the west right now.
Where's the west?
That way.
But I don't feel it.
Wet your hat and put it over your head.
It is wet, but then my hair gets stuck in it. My hair gets stuck in my hat, and when I try to take my hat off
Okay.
to get it wet again, it hurts.
Alright, Dylan's just going to rest for a minute.
Mm-mm,
Alright, then keep fishing.
mm-mm. Can't. I need shade. Dad, shade. Now. Go. Go.
Alright, guys, what we're going to do this week is put up the bimini top on the boat.
Yes.
I got to install it. I need to modify some bolts and brackets to fit the VersaTrack system that this boat has on the sides of it. And then I can mount my bimini top without drilling any holes in the boat. which I have managed to not do at all so far with anything. No extra holes in this boat. I'm not a fan of drilling holes into my boat. Where are these bass at, guys?
We need to go. Please.
All right, we've been fishing with this chatterbait for an hour, guys. An hour, and have one bite. When he spun the wheel and I saw a chatterbait pop up, I was like, oh no. Because I don't really know how to use them that well. I never really hear about people fishing with chatterbaits around this area too much. But then when I went on YouTube and watched chatterbait videos, everyone acted like the chatterbait is better than sliced bread for bass. So we're trying it. We're gonna give it a fair try for the next couple weeks.
Dead wind. Need wind.
Yep, I'm gonna start moving the boat again here.
I'm not going to stay there. At least go to wind. And then anchor up in the wind.
No, we're not gonna drop anchor.
Please. We need to stay somewhere where there's a wind.
Feel that wind coming now?
No.
We got some more activity over at the boat ramp right now, guys. A couple vehicles over there. Not sure what they're doing.
And Dad, I
What?
saw a big bass at the boat ramp. I want to go fishing at the boat ramp.
Kind of slowly taking us across to the other part of the lake here. Fish in the deeper water as we go. But nothing's coming up to hit this thing. Wonder if I should try reeling it in a bit faster. Maybe try to get that thing flashing a little bit more. It's supposed to make a chattering sound when you're reeling it because of the action on it and the little blade that's in the front. Bladed jig. And it's supposed to make some noise in the water. That looked like a bass right in front of us. Come on, Bass, hit this thing.
Wind.
We also need to try to figure out if there's any carp in this lake. Because we have still yet to be successful with the carp.
And most likely is not in this lake because carp eat seagrass or the algae, and there's a ton of that stuff in here. So I do not think there's any carp.
We don't know for sure. We'll have to try it one of these days.
Carp eat the grass that's on the bottom of the lake.
That we need the bimini top for, and we'll drop anchor, and then we can just kind of hang out under the bimini top and let the baits do the work.
We need the bimini top now.
Yeah, I'm changing it out. 14 likes. Only 6 more to go, guys. Dylan wants 20 likes for today.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna change out this paddle tail, I think.
I want 15.
I might put a like a trick worm on it or something.
I want 15 likes.
He says he wants 15 likes, but as soon as we get 15, then we'll need more.
No.
We're at 14 right now.
I want one more like. Then we can leave. It's so hot out.
I see some clouds coming in the distance, so maybe it'll get real nice here in a few minutes.
I do not care about that. That's soon. That's not now.
All right, let's see what we can use. Instead of this paddle tail, maybe some sort of little creature bait. This bag that I have is mostly worms and lizards. I got some crawfish. We could try a crawfish.
Dad, we're not
We could
alone.
try like a
We're not alone anymore.
curly tail grub.
Dad, we're not alone.
Yep. Someone else is putting a small boat in.
I would like to leave.
I think I'm gonna try the little curly tailed grub here. These are made by Locket Lures. Whenever I get like custom baits from somebody, I try to mention them in a video or a live stream. Yeah, we're trying it. The phone does not seem to be getting hot, but I have a little cover thing that I made out of a Swiffer duster and a piece of cardboard. So the Swiffer duster sits like this up over the phone, and then I put a piece of cardboard over it, so it makes shade right where the phone is.
Dumping water on my legs to keep me cool.
All right. Switching it out to this. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Should be able to catch a fish on that, wouldn't you say? We're right up by some lily pads too. This might be nice. Fouled up on me somehow here, guys. Huh.
That's the curly-tailed grub.
Oh, it's free now. Yeah, this is the curly-tailed, little like 5-inch curl tail. Like a black and red flakes. Doesn't really match the lure at all. But the paddle tail that did is not working. Sometimes I feel like the trailer I've got on is like too big for the bait. That paddle tail was kind of borderline, maybe a little too big. Generally this time of the year in this lake, all the fish I catch will be out in the deeper water. Who else we got? Miss Joan in the house. I can't see. Steven. Nightbot. Angling and Aquatics. Yeah, Loma, he's not really hangry, but it's so hot out here. We got to come in like moderation. Can't stay out for like 4 hours at a time when it's this hot.
I can't stay out 1 hour.
Well, we got a little bit more time here.
How many minutes? Bed?
Fun fishing adventures in the house.
How many minutes?
I don't know, like 30. Oh, something happened to my curly tail.
Survive another 30 minutes?
There we go. I feel like for some reason it keeps fouling up now. Is it because of the curly tail? But it's not fouled up when I get it to the boat. Huh. What's going on here, guys? do have some faith in this curly tail worm. I've caught some fish on that, like just using them with a Ned rig.
10 minutes.
I feel good about that.
10 minutes.
Just on the chatterbait, I'm not sure about what to use as the trailer. I also have some tubes I can probably try next time. Tubes and creature baits. I'll pour some new creature baits this week. I think I'm out of the ones that I make. I've got a couple molds for like craw creatures and bug baits, mud bug looking baits. We can do a live stream of that, I guess. Go out in the garage, fire up the old microwave, melt some soft plastics and make some baits, which is definitely the plan for our giveaway, which we're going to be having pretty soon. Once we get our shirts and hats and everything else, make a bunch of those baits. And then I'll just buy a few things too to go with it. Should be pretty fun. What I really want to do is get a few more molds so I have a little bit more of a variety. Right now we're pretty limited on just a couple of creature baits. Weed fish. Plenty of weed fish in this lake, guys. They are plentiful. It's kind of a shallow weed line over here.
One question, Dad. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm trying to fish like along the edge of the weed line.
You know that there's plenty of weed fish.
Well, I guess it's better than not having any.
So you like weed fish?
Just fishing like an open sandy bottom lake, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
Why?
I know they have
You only
lakes like
catch
that,
fish.
like out west and stuff.
The only thing you can catch is fish there.
Yeah, but you got to know exactly where to fish, like rock points and stuff like that. You don't have any cover for the fish to hide in. You got to just look for like natural ground structure,
Yeah.
like rocks. If there's any trees laying in the water.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, one of these days we'll get out west and try some fishing. We have lots of places we want to go. You retrieve really slowly with this bait. I feel like if I go much slower, all I'm going to be doing is just grabbing all the weeds at the bottom. Incredible bulk in the house. Where are you at, Angling and Aquatics? Are you a Florida channel? Or are you one of our longtime subscribers that just changed your name? I just thought of that. We have a couple subs. Washington State, totally the opposite corner. Not even close. But that's cool. Yeah, we need to get up there. We need to get to Canada, Alaska, Japan, South America, Europe. We got so many places to go and so little time. Yeah, that's usually what I do with like when I'm just fishing soft plastic worms or like crawfish. Maybe I'll try it. I have to kind of re-rig this. We got it just run down through the whole body. We just run it down to like a ½ inch in and pop it back out. Push that all the way forward. And then bring the hook up and through the body. And then just tip it into the plastic. Kind of like that. That's not a perfect one, but maybe we'll catch a few less weeds. Hope not any less fish. Can't really catch any less fish than 0. Goldie Literal. Welcome in. I think you're a first timer, if I'm not mistaken. Some new people in chat. That's always awesome. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We appreciate it. Help us spread it around the YouTube universe. Yeah, that's usually how I fish all the soft plastics, Steven. Just this chatterbait, I'm trying different stuff out with it.
At 1 hour, you said 30 more minutes.
Yep.
So
I'll let you know, buddy.
So 3 more minutes. There's a dog on that boat, Dad.
A dog on the boat? Oh, sweet. Still hanging up in the weeds a lot. We're only in a couple feet of water here. It's like 3 feet. I'm definitely hitting the bottom. Right now I'm snagged on the bottom. Oh yeah, big old weed fish. All right. If I can just keep like covering a lot of water, we should catch something here soon. We have been all over the place. Ooh, I think I just saw maybe a gar come up right over here. Look like that snaky looking surface movement, which gar kind of do. Once we finish this drift, we'll call it, okay, Dylan?
But you got 1 minute left.
We'll finish this drift back across.
Today?
We're going that way with the wind.
No, it's going to take a while. There is no wind.
Yeah, we're moving pretty fast right now, dude. We're going like 2 miles an hour.
We're going 0.3 miles per hour.
That thing's not right.
Yes, it is. And we're in 4.1 feet of water.
4.1 feet of water, guys.
Yeah, it's right, Dad.
What's the temperature? Water temperature.
92.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
92.5 degree water temperature.
And
Subscribe now. No, they're way past bedding.
Dad,
Bedding's like February and March.
we're going 0.2 miles per hour now. We're slowing down. There is no wind.
I bet in Washington the water never gets 92.5.
There's no wind, Dad.
I got you, dude.
Let's go. Please. Oh.
As soon as we finish this drift, we'll fire up the boat, fire up the big motor, and just drive over to the boat ramp.
This drift is never going to end, though.
Yeah, we're going to catch a fish on this drift. I can feel it.
No, it's never going to end. There's no wind.
Yeah, there is.
What do you mean? We're moving at 0.1 miles per hour. We're moving slower than an ant.
Yeah, it happens real early in the year here. The spawn is like before the weather gets hot. Wow, I got a monster weed fish this time, guys. I feel like I'm pulling the boat with it. Be awesome to realize you just have a huge, lazy 10-pound bass on. But that is not the case. Whoa, it popped off. I got to get the tip of the hook back in here. All right, we're like halfway through this drift now.
No.
Normally, I would throw like topwater frog in the lily pads and like a jerk bait out in the deep part. Some soft plastics, punch the creature baits into the edges of the pads. I would break it up quite a bit. But like I said, today is just kind of like testing out this chatterbait to see what it's all about. So far, guys, I'm not feeling 100% about the chatterbait. Oh, caught the bottom again. No bass yet. Had one hit it a while ago, and now no action. I even changed the trailer on it.
Drift is done, right? Right?
No, we're halfway there.
That's what we said 5 minutes ago. We're not moving. Okay, last we are moving at 0.1 miles per hour. Come on, Dad.
Pretty much just catching the bottom on every cast here, guys.
Yes, it should leave. It's not a good way to fish this stuff in.
Yeah, everybody link up. This is like the biggest clump of weeds that I've caught so far today. Oh, it's like 20 pounds of weeds. Oh, come on, man. Those kind of weeds make a terrible mess on the boat, too.
Let's leave.
Yeah, just catching weeds every time, guys. We got to figure this out for next week's video. Yo-yo it, like in between the lily pads. I thought about that, but every time I've gotten near the lily pads with this thing, it just snags everything. None of my other rods on the boat have been touched today. I'm just trying to catch one fish on this chatterbait before I give up on it.
Let's give up on it.
The one bait challenge is going to be real tough, guys. I might have to take this thing down to saltwater and try it out for like trout and redfish.
Okay, that's what we should do. So let's leave.
Maybe next weekend what we'll do is one bass day and one saltwater day. Run it right under the surface. Like ripping it in fast. Let me try that. I haven't been trying that. Comes in like a foot deep when you do it like that. Yeah, it's staying like a foot below the surface. No luck here, guys. All right, what I'm gonna do is take one last cast and then we're gonna call the live stream. We'll go home, regroup, and then figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of this day because the fish are not biting at all today. I had one bite, which I couldn't convert. And Dylan's getting tired back here. So he's taking his last cast, and this is going to be my last cast. Still got 12 awesome people in here. Appreciate all you guys for joining us. Come on, here fishy fishy. Last cast. Catch one. I'm going to medium retrieve this one. Dylan got nothing on his last cast. I got a big old weed fish on mine.
Well, it's fixed, so you get one more cast.
Alright, we can't end on that. One fish, come on. Alright, officially the last cast. I'm not going to catch weeds.
Unless you catch a weed fish, that's a fish.
Just had a mysterious feeling bump. But I think it was just the lure correcting itself in the water. Put your hat on, dude.
My hat keeps grabbing my hair and hurting it.
Okay, guys. That's a big ofer. Ofer on this lure today.
Skunk trip.
Let's see. We fished with this lure for over an hour and a half today.
Skunk trip.
Got one bite, which I couldn't hook up on. So we still need some work here. I'll have to spend some more time with this bait. Figure out what's going on with that. Use a different trailer. I think if I can pour some of my like watermelon green or watermelon seeds with red flakes, creature baits, I can probably put those on there as a trailer. Yep, always got to have the last cast. One more last cast. But I appreciate everybody for joining us. We will be live again very soon, and we're still working on a couple videos to get out long form, hopefully towards the end of this week. But I'm not exactly sure when we will be able to go live again. Do I make a trout slayer? No, I don't have anything like a trout slayer. All I have is a couple creature bait molds for bass lures. But eventually here I'm going to get a couple new molds. Add it to the list. Thanks guys. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you again soon.